House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan from the great state of Ohio. Mr. Chairman, I saw you in Florida a couple days ago with some great Patriots from your home state, and I know you're excited about Monday night's college football championship, but I got a question. How are you going to watch Ohio State versus Notre Dame and still be there for the Trump inaugural and the balls that night?
Well, I'll be there for the inauguration, and then I may slip out of some of these balls and go back and watch the football game that night. But I'll be in good company because Vice President Vance has indicated he may do the same. So that would be great. But it's going to be a good day. I think the Buckeyes are going to win. More importantly, President Trump's going to be the 47th president of our great country and get this country focused back on the path it should be as the greatest nation in history.
Yeah, and what did you think? Well, because we want to go through the agenda about your old friend Adam Schiff there from when he was in the House. Now he's in the Senate, really getting owned by Pam Bondi. I mean, he started that Russia lie, and now they're pushing all kinds of other lies. But it seems like the Trump team, with your help and others, is telling the truth. Your thoughts?
Yep. No, exactly. And what I love about the people that President Trump has selected for these key agencies, these key cabinet positions, is they represent the attitude that the American people voted for on November 5th. The American people said, we want folks running these agencies who actually respect us, who serve the taxpayer, who serve we the people, not people running these agencies where they weaponize the department, the agency against the very people they're supposed to serve. And that is the attitude you see. Pete Hegseth yesterday did a great job. Pam was great today. Mm-hmm. We were helping prep one member who's going to be in front of the committees in a couple weeks. I mean, the good people, RFK, Tulsi, Cash, you go right down the list. The people who represent the attitude that 77 million Americans voted for on November 5th. That's what we're seeing. And that's why they're just coming in there with good common sense answers, talking about what makes sense. And I think it's playing very well.
Absolutely. Before we look forward, one in the rearview mirror. The mainstream media had a field day with you and James Comer and other Republicans said you got nowhere on impeachment. You didn't prove anything about the Bidens. And now on the way out the door, we see not just the Hunter Biden pardon that has raised a lot of eyebrows, but David Weiss, as you know, the special counsel in the Hunter investigation, said he probably would have pursued more criminal charges, but he got pulled aside by Joe. And now we're hearing maybe James Biden could be pardoned in the next few days. And Joe Biden's trying to give a big speech tonight, like his legacy speech, his final address. What are your thoughts about the stench from the Biden family corruption that you have been trying to expose for so long, sir?
Well, let's be honest. We can't get to President Trump soon enough. This 4 years, I can't think of one thing that the Biden administration did well. Record inflation, open border, 10 million people coming into the country. Foreign policy was a disaster. The debacle that was the exit from Afghanistan, Russia in Ukraine, Hamas and Hezbollah attacking our best friend, the state of Israel, on and on to go. So thank goodness it's over, and President Trump's going to be in the White House. With the pardons, I mean, we even have a situation where, based on news reports, you got people like Liz Cheney, Adam Schiff, and others looking to get a preemptive part, whatever this is. I mean, I remember they criticized this a few years ago, saying some Republicans were doing this. I don't know that there were any, but now it looks like they're doing it. So, some of these same people said, well, you shouldn't need a pardon unless you did something wrong. Well, Adam Schiff and Liz Cheney are the ones that are talking about, do they need a pardon? Monday can't get here soon enough for the American people. And you're already seeing the benefits of strong leadership coming to the White House. This agreement between this ceasefire between Hamas and Israel, I think, is a huge step and a great win for President Trump. So let's get to Monday as quick as we can.
Absolutely. So let's look forward then and talk about the Trump effect. This could obviously reshift things in the Mideast. A lot of people talking about the possibility of at least 2 Americans alive, thankfully, at least we're told by U.S. officials, getting out in phase 1 of this deal. And we're all praying for that. And we've got to trust but verify with these terrorists, obviously. But people have also forgotten about the Abraham Accords, right, where Donald Trump was bringing peace, not just threatening military action. He was actually kind of pushing all of this forward. What do you think about resuming the Abraham Accords, bringing Israel and Saudi Arabia together, for example, which was about to happen before Donald Trump left office?
Yeah. I agree with you, and I think it was about to happen, and if President Trump would have been in the White House those next 4 years, I think it would have happened. And I would go back to this. I think it all started. What set the predicate for all the good stuff that took place foreign policy was when President Trump kept his word. He did something no other president had done. A lot of guys run for office and say, oh, if you elect me, I'll put the embassy in Jerusalem. President Trump said he would do that when he got elected. He did it. Everyone else found reasons not to do what they said they would do, not President Trump. And when he did that, it sent a whole new message to the Middle East. Wow, there's a new sheriff in town. There's a whole new dynamic. And then you had sharp people like Mike Pompeo, Jared Kushner, David Friedman, our ambassador to Israel, who put those Abraham Accords together. And I think we're going to build off that in the next administration. Mike Huckabee's now going to be the ambassador there. I think good things are going to happen. We're actually heading to Israel next month. We haven't been there for a few years, so it's going to be nice to go back to Israel and see our best friends and see that wonderful country.
Absolutely. Real quick on the domestic agenda, the border crisis and the executive orders on day one, important. In bringing down inflation, important, obviously. But talk about like extending the Trump tax cuts and this reconciliation bill that you and other powerful House Republicans will be in the middle of.
Yeah, all those things need to happen, by the way, because that was what the election was about. We're going to secure the border. We're going to get back to common sense energy policy to help our economy grow, bring down inflation, and we're going to make sure your taxes don't go up. In fact, they should go down because that helps grows our economy as well. Reconciliation is, of course, just a fancy word for you don't have to get 60 votes in the Senate if you focus on mandatory spending and the spending and revenue sides of the ledger when it comes to the budget. So we will be working on that. We're going to try to get that done. The Speaker's put out a timeline before Easter. He would like to get this done and accomplished and get things moving for the American economy and the benefit to the American families. Absolutely.
Some big Trump victories ahead. I have to say I'm rooting a little bit for Notre Dame as a Catholic, but I will give a shout out, maybe a big win, OHIO, my friend.
That's right. God bless you. Take care.
All right. God bless. Thanks for coming on, sir. Mr. Chairman, we appreciate it.